right from your laptop.
This part is huge, guys. Did you hear that? You don't have to plug it in. You don't have to have an SD card. You don't have to have a USB thumb drive in here. You're going to do it off your phone, your tablet, or your computer, and it's completely wireless.
Yes. You just go into our software and, say there are built-in designs and fonts. If you don't have your Wi-Fi or you don't want to be connected, you can just go in here and, pick designs. But we have way more to choose from in our library, and we constantly add new designs. So you can go in, save it to your Vault, and then you can go into your Vault right on the screen and access it, or you can just send it right from your computer directly and it will pop up.
And literally you can make anything you want, and we're going to show you that too.
So, I have some samples here, and, obviously embroidered all of these. And one of my favorite things that I'm about to show you on this demo is if you see this black denim jacket here, there's a bunch of designs, some
so cute
hearts and, interesting. So those are actually drawings that one of my coworker did, and she drew them out. And we have a thing on our app, on our software called Photo Stitch. And it's really cool because what you can do is in a matter of minutes, seconds, it takes less than a minute, you just snap a photo on your phone of the design and you can send it right to your machine. So if you actually look at this tea towel here, this is really cool and honestly kind of sentimental. This is another one of my coworkers. So this is actually a recipe that her mother wrote. And she snapped a photo of, it says peanut butter cookies at the top, and then she zoomed in, cropped it, and then photo stitched her mother's handwriting onto this tea towel.
How precious
So
is
sentimental.
that?
So now when she's in her kitchen cooking and she just sees her mom's handwriting there from her recipe. So it's really cool. There's a lot you can do with the software, and it's so easy to use and user friendly.
Okay, so I want you to show, we've got some video and kind of explain the steps here if you don't mind.
For the photo stitch, I did a little screen record of my phone. I don't have it up here with me, but this is the exact drawing, and I just took a quick snap of it.
Just took a picture.
Yep, right within the app, and then you can go in, you can kind of play around with the settings. So I actually did for this stitch out, it's called a scatter stitch, and it's not a satin stitch, it's a little thinner, and it kind of gives it that handwritten, drawing look. So I just quickly played around with the settings and the size. You can zoom in and out. I didn't show this in the video, but I also went ahead and drew my name later on an additional piece of paper, and I just quickly sent them both over. So if you can see on the screen here, within a matter of seconds after I drew it, it's right on my machine, ready to go.
That's great.
The technology is pretty crazy. So I already started it earlier, because of time, but I'm gonna go ahead and just press play. And that's all you really need to do is just press play
and walk away.
Yeah. And it has a ton of functions that make it a time saver. It has the speed control. It has the thread snips. There's so many add-ons that make it great for a beginner, but also for the sewist that's a little more advanced that would want those.
Right, exactly. And I have to tell you, I think one of the coolest things that never gets tiring is personalization. Everybody, Etsy has tons of people on there. All they do is make personalized stuff, and you spend a fortune for it. You got a wedding coming up and you're trying to do personalized totes for every bridesmaid. It costs you hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Now you can do it yourself. Imagine if you went to your little grandson or you went to your son and said, okay, draw a picture for grandma. And then they draw the cutest little picture, or you have a picture. Like for me, it's all my sentimental. My son's 27 and I love all his artwork. I still have it. Can you imagine transferring that and then being able to stitch that out onto projects? Like that would just be something so precious for me personally. And that's certainly how we feel about it. I do want to show them all the goodies they get, because you get the hoop, obviously, that comes with it, but kind of walk us through everything we get in this collection.
Yeah, so it comes with your standard accessories, the one-step buttonhole, and then your button foot, a zipper foot, and another cool setting I was going to kind of show you on this machine. This is set up for the sewing. It comes with this little stylus. You can use your hands as well, but you can also use a stylus. Oh, nice. I love how it separates the tabs. So it has over 250 variety of stitches, decorative stitches, utility stitches. So you can just go into the tabs and, search the variety of ones you want and play around with it that way. There's like little hearts, there's so many options. It has so many types of buttonholes. It also has, if you don't want to plug in your embroidery and you want to just quickly stitch out a word or add a tag, it also has programming stitches, which is letters. And you know, it also, this connects directly to your Wi-Fi as well, to your cloud. So I'm gonna hit this little cloud button. And here I can go to either my saved designs in my cloud. So this little logo right here, it says Botanical. That's actually one of my friends. She has a small business. And for Christmas, what an easy gift. I made her this bag and matching sweatshirt. Yes.
And again, so she made the whole bag, which is a huge tote.
On the SE980.
And made the embroidery all from this one machine. So I think sometimes too, when you look at this with our 18-month VIB financing and 5 flex pay, obviously the shipping deal is going on today. If you were thinking about getting an embroidery system, you've got it. If you're thinking about getting a super creative computerized sewing system, you've got it. So think about what it would cost to get both of those. Now you've got them all in one, because it will do amazing sewing for you. In fact, built in, there's 150 designs already inside there without ever going to the Wi-Fi. There's 250 stitches built into this thing and 10 built-in fonts. And we're talking about real monograms. We're talking about big sizes. We're not just talking about something that's a little scratchy looking. We're beautiful, honest to goodness personalization you can do with this, which you can't do with some of the other systems that are out there. And basically anything you can imagine, you can now embroider, and it's all in Wi-Fi. And don't worry, here's what I loved about the website on the MySewNet. Get this, there's almost 10,000 embroidery images in addition to everything else you can come up with. If you can take a picture of it, you can translate it into embroidery, right? Which is so cool. So that was a whole world. I'll tell you what I loved about the website though, was all the tutorials, guys. It starts with the very basics on embroidery systems, on sewing. They're really nice videos. I was watching them earlier. I'm such a nerd. I love my job. I'm like, yeah, I want to look at this.
In the studio, there's projects that are already completed with full write-ups, how to complete it. And so this pillow actually, this is actually one of the first quilting projects I ever did.
Really?
I had never quilted before. Yes.
No
and
kidding.
This actually, another machine we're going to be showcasing tomorrow, I cut the shapes out on, but then I followed all the step-by-step, how to sew together the pillow, and then add the embroidery. So, you know, if you're brand new to sewing and embroidery, there's things on the MySewNet library that fully take you through the process to learn. And but I was going to also show, so I showed you the cloud, but you can also go right into the library, and that takes you, you know, if you don't want to get on your, hopefully my Wi-Fi will connect. Right now it's on my hotspot, but you can go into here, you can search, or you can just go through the different categories and find other embroidery designs already in here and get inspiration that way as well.
And that's inside the machine automatically, or is that we're hooked up to
This is
MySewNet?
hooked up to the internet right now.
Okay, got it.
And so you can, if you don't want to get on your laptop, but you're like on the go, you're like, I actually want to add, like for instance, this bee, you can just go into the MySewNet library right here. You don't
Straight from there?
Yes, you don't actually need to be on your computer all times. You can if you like searching that way and sending that way, but you can also just do it right here on the screen. And
That's
I don't know
brilliant.
if you notice, it's 7 inches. It's pretty big. So it's really easy to use and access.
That's great.
Yeah.
So again, it's standalone. And you could do, like I said, standalone. You've got inside here 150 designs built in and 250 stitches built in and 10 fonts. So if you never want to use your phone and you never want to use the internet, you don't have to. But if you want to go next level and you want to put this all together, or you want to take a picture of something and transfer that into an embroidered design, you can do that as well. So much versatility with this. And really, why do you want it? Well, it's because it takes you next level. Maybe you've had a sewing machine for years, and for me, my next thing was a Singer embroidery machine. It's what I bought. And I love it. I had my basic Singer machine. It's great, it's fine, what have you. But then I really wanted to do embroidery because you can personalize everything. I saw a cutest idea. You put, if someone moves to a new house, you make them pillowcases, and on the trim of the pillowcase, you put the address, like 132 Smith Street, which is really cool. Or Mrs. and Mr. on their pillowcases.
Yeah.
Or easy, you go out and buy inexpensive towels like you did for your friend with their mom's or grandma's handwriting. Like that stuff is the stuff that just is precious when you receive it.
If you have an embroidery machine, you have no reason not to have a custom gift for anyone in your life.
Good point. They'll start to expect that, so be ready.
And then I don't know if I mentioned this, but so I'm going to show you a little decorative stitch. But another thing I love is, you know, when you're getting into sewing, you forget what type of feet you're supposed to have on for specific stitches.
Yes.
So when you select any stitch on here, like for instance this one, it says I need to put foot B on. So it actually has a little diagram, and it shows you exactly what settings you need and what foot. So for the sake of time, I'm actually going to switch out that foot, but I would need be normally, and it would alert you. So just gonna show you a little decorative stitch here as well.
And by the way, I have to update everybody. I've got about 35 machines left for the rest of the day. A lot of you are on the line for it. Make sure to use our 5 Flex. You want to use the VIP financing, 18 months to pay it off. But there's so few of these for the whole day, so we just don't have a whole lot. Also, just so you'll know, not only do you get 9 feet with this, but you get the ruffler foot, you get the even feed walking foot, and you get the 1/4-inch piercing foot included. That's part of our additional bonus goodies with our collection. And the embroidery hoop is 170 by 100 millimeters. That's the largest. There's also a smaller one that's available if you want to go a little bit smaller.
Yep.
But this covers a lot of space, the hoop you get.
It's great for your average everyday projects.
Yeah, right, unless you're doing something ginormous.
Yes.
Also, you know, I thought was cool feature continuation. So if you're doing design, you want to repeat it and have it match itself.
Yes.
Like you're doing something really big, it can do that too.
Yeah, and you can also edit your decorative stitches. Like for instance, these jeans, I made a different variation of them. This is from the